Danforth returns and eagerly questions Proctor, informing him that his confession will be posted on the church door as an example to all. Proctor admits he saw the devil and that the devil bid him do his work upon the earth. Rebecca Nurse is weak and can barely stand up when she enters in the middle of Proctor's interrogation. Rebecca is shocked to hear that John is confessing and insists that she herself cannot confess, for it would be a lie. Proctor refuses to implicate any other names in his testimony, and after some reluctance, Proctor agrees to sign his confession, but then refuses to give it back to Danforth. Proctor argues it should be enough that he has confessed his sins to God. Proctor is crying, wild with emotion, when he tells Danforth he's already given his soul to the court, but he'll not give them his name. When Danforth insists Proctor hand over the signed confession or be hanged, Proctor suddenly tears it up. He is weeping in fury, but is proud and defiant. Terrified, Elizabeth bursts into tears. John lifts her up and tells her she must be strong. Give them no tear. Tears pleasure them, he says. Show honor now, show a stony heart, and sink them with it. John kisses Elizabeth with great passion and is led from the jail, as Danforth cries out, "Hang them high over the town. Who weeps for these, weeps for corruption." Reverend Hale begs Elizabeth to go after John and plead with him to change his mind, but Elizabeth refuses. "He have his goodness now," she says. "God forbid I take it from him." The final scene of The Crucible is the scene of John Proctor's redemption. Having already agreed to confess, he falters when asked to sign his confession. Knowing that his lie will be tacked to the church door for all to see stirs uncertainty in his gut. Proctor believes that the public display of his confession would serve only to mock his friends and neighbors who have already died, refusing to confess a lie. When Elizabeth Nurse is carried past Proctor, her willingness to go to the gallows impresses Proctor with even more guilt. Remember that although Proctor is a sinner, and although he was reluctant to admit his lechery for fear of shame, he did, in the end, confess his sin. When confronted with the chance to bed Abigail Williams, he failed to resist temptation. Now, again, he is tempted by sin, the sin of lying. The choice is clear, and it is the ultimate test of character. Bear false witness or lie, and he'll save his life. Tell the truth by remaining silent, and he'll preserve his honor in death. Proctor tears up the confession, and in doing so keeps intact his good name, his honor, and his dignity. Danforth demands to know why. Arthur Miller writes in the stage direction that Proctor erupts with a cry of his whole soul. "Because it is my name, because I cannot have another in my life, because I lie and sign myself to lies, because I am not worth the dust on the feet of them that hang. How may I live without my name? I have given you my soul, leave me my name." And with that, John Proctor signs his own death warrant, and at last finds the goodness he sought in himself.